Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Steam Machine Podcast. This is episode 17, and my name is Dalton, and joining me as always is my good buddy, brother, and fellow Smoothskin.
This is Ryan.
And to start off the show, our host Ryan has some things to talk with you wonderful listeners about, so I am going to turn it over to him and let him go ahead and do that.
Yeah, just started work again full-time this week because New York's finally over that quarantine phase. And with the new baby coming very soon as well, had some discussion with Dalton here.
That's me.
And yeah. We've decided that we're gonna change the format up just a little bit. Like we're both going to still run the randomizer. We're still going to get the games from the randomizer. I am going to try my best to play as much of the games as possible. Going to be probably difficult for me until I get used to the new work schedule and the newborn phase at first. But yeah, for sure. But the new format phase is pretty much I am going to be watching Dalton play and getting as much of the gameplay information and stuff as it for him. So this format's almost going to be like forcing Dalton to play his backlog, and we'll see what he can do, how far he can go, and everything like that. And hopefully it won't be too long of a period for this format change, so I can actually jump back in there and get some decent gameplay. But it might be a couple months, maybe, until I hit that winter break in like November when the child is a couple months old.
Yeah, so it's pretty much just gonna be like, Ryan will be asking me about the game and basically taking the helm as far as what game discussion we go on and things, and I'll just try to fill in the blanks with my knowledge from it and talk about the things that maybe he witnessed as he's watching me play in Discord or on Twitch or wherever I decide to play it at. And also, I've been, just real quick, I've been thinking about opening up we have a Discord, and right now we only use it for us recording and things, and I'm thinking about opening it up to having listeners being able to join. So if you wanted to come join the Discord, I will get that link and share it. I will have it so I can actually tell you what it is next episode, but for now I will get it and share it in the Facebook group and on Twitter. And if you guys want to pop in, talk to us about games, maybe I'll have an area with the whole list of the games that we have, or a link to a PDF or something. I will figure it out. But
yeah, we'll figure it out.
I
added one of my coworkers to it the other. Did you see Thomas the Spank Engine join the server? Yeah,
I did see that. Okay, so
that's him. Greatest name ever. I don't even care to know the backstory for it. Just Thomas the Spank Engine. Fantastic.
Yeah, and I believe our buddy James is also in there. Was the JRPG report. So it's a small little family right now, but I think we're gonna open it up and make our family bigger. But we hope that you guys stick with us. Not much is gonna change about the show itself. It's just gonna be more of instead of Ryan being able to game along with me, it'll be more of him questioning me about it and talking to me about what he's seen.
Yeah.
But it'll be all good. And speaking of that, I know that you haven't gotten much further in Fallout 4.
No, the where I last stopped was the day before I went back to work, which was Tuesday. So Monday was like the last day I got a little bit of gaming in, and it was only a couple of hours, maybe 2, maybe 3. I think I'm sitting at like level 6, maybe level 7 on Fallout 4. I didn't get much further, but this back to work after being off since March.
Kick your ass, son. Yeah.
And it doesn't help that the dining facility that I work at our numbers have dropped significantly. They increased our hours, and now the number of people that we're serving bottomed out. It's just a drag. It drains me physically to just not be.
Oh yeah, just standing around doing nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
It drive me crazy. Well, I will be upfront and honest. I got really close to the end of the storyline in Fallout 4. And my game crashed on me so often that I uninstalled the motherfucker.
It's that John Cena mod. You can't see it coming. It just fucking
yeah. Okay.
It uses the golden shovel and buries your game as soon as you get there. It's like, no, I'm the only one to go over. You're at the 2 count, and boom, he kicks out and fucking buries. Like,
oh man. Oh, I finally encountered a Randy Savage Claw out in the wild. And it replaces all of its roars with Randy Savage sound bites.
Nice.
So it would be running at you and be like, I'm coming to get you, Hogan. And it was,
The cream always rises to the top.
yeah, one said that as it was dying. Like I shot it, it died, and as it was falling over, it was like the cream always rises to the top, and then it was just dead.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was wonderful. But yeah, I wanted to bring this up that it seems that Fallout 4 is not as mod stable as some other Bethesda games are, because I've only got about 30, maybe 40 mods on it going, and none of them are texture mods. They were just kind of like added some weapons, added a mod companion. Heather Kasdan, I recommend her to anyone. She is the best mod companion for Fallout 4 by far. But I mean, Skyrim, I have like 150 plus mods on Skyrim, and it runs flawlessly. So I don't know.
I know Fallout has quite the following, but goddamn, Skyrim is a fucking huge game.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
how many times have they re-released Skyrim, and how many people
6, I
still
think?
put hundreds of hours into the game?
Me?
Yeah,
I still play it all the time.
yeah.
I do.
I know lots of people still play it all the time, and that's probably why it's more mod friendly than Fallout.
That's a possibility. It's a possibility. I know there's probably a lot more. I know there's a lot more like unofficial patches and things to fix the game than there are for Fallout. I think I have like 4 different ones for Skyrim, and Fallout has one, which is the one that I had gotten you.
I know I had put a bunch on Skyrim when you were up here, different mods. I think we had put goddamn almost 25 mods on my game when you were up here.
And they were all good though.
Yeah.
I didn't give you any that were like super cheaty or anything. Yeah.
No.
So I got to the point in Fallout 4 where I was building the teleporters to get into the Institute.
Yeah.
And quick sidebar. So I'm roaming through the. I always want to call it the Capital Wasteland, but that's Fallout 3. I'm roaming through the Commonwealth,
Yeah. The New England Commonwealth. Yeah.
and I get there's a settlement beacon within range. I was like, oh, cool. So I'm walking around. I hear this gigantic boom. I look in the distance, and there is this mushroom cloud going up, and I said, oh shit. Super mutants done hit somebody with a mini nuke, and at the same time I had that thought, it popped up and said settlement signal lost. And I was like, "Oh fuck! I wonder if it was just like
So
coincidence."
the mini nukes, they're actual like explosives and shit. It's just not some like useless prop or anything like that in the game.
No, they
Oh,
are.
well,
There's a gun
shit.
called the Fat Man.
I had
and
already found a couple mini nukes in my short amount of gameplay. That satellite facility, the U.S. Air Force satellite facility, Olivia or whatever that I was telling you about.
Mhm.
I found a mini nuke in there.
Yeah, so if you would have found a Fat Man, is what it's called. It's this big rocket launcher like looking thing.
Yeah.
It shoots mini nukes, and
Mm.
it's ridiculous. When they blow up, they create a small mushroom cloud, just shit up.
Interesting.
And you will also come across super mutant suiciders who hold a mini nuke and run at you.
Oh,
And
so they're like the screamers from Serious Sam.
yeah, but they're more like, you're gonna die! And they just run
Yeah.
at you holding this bomb. Now, if you shoot them in the arm, they will blow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Which is always the thing to do, because if they get close to you and they hit you like that, you're done for.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, man, I can't get over how much this game crashed on me. It was like every hour.
So it's like WWE 2K20.
Yeah, but okay, so at least Fallout, when it crashes to desktop. 2K20 just fucking infinitely loads, and then I have to open up Task Manager and close it.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I had a lot of fun with Fallout. I want to leave it on the list because I would like to delve into its DLC. And next time it comes up, just play the DLC.
Yeah.
Because I found the entrance to Nuka World, and I had the quest to start the thing with Curie, who is the robot companion from one of the, I think, Automatron or something.
Yeah.
And then there's another DLC that I don't remember the name of it right offhand, but I don't even know how to get to it. So I would really like to go and explore those one day, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe next time I will just get rid of all the mods except the Heather Kasdan and the her patches and the unofficial patch.
Yeah.
And achievements, because I want those fucking achievements. I went through most of this game using a silenced Scar. It was a modded gun. Obviously, it's not in the actual game. But
gun. Yeah.
man, I put some mods on it and named it Old Faithful, because when you add like a better stock and stuff to the gun, you can rename it.
Yeah.
And I named it Old Faithful because it was always there for me.
Yeah.
I had that and a big ass Desert Eagle, and those were my 2 go-tos.
Got you. How many other Fallout games have you played series? And like, where does this one rank among them?
Okay, so I own all of the Fallout games except Fallout Tactics, and I'll get that too eventually because it's pretty cheap on GOG. I have played Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4. I want to dive into Fallout 1 and 2. I just never have.
Yeah.
I put Fallout 4 behind Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Like in the pantheon of the Fallout games that I've played, number 1 New Vegas, number 2 3, number 3 is Fallout 4. Because they really tanked the RPG aspect and brought in more of a first person shooter. It feels more like an action game than an action RPG, if that makes any sense. The story is really good. I like the story.
Yeah.
But in New Vegas especially, your decisions felt like they mattered more. Like you could do something early on in the game, decision wise, that would change things in the end of the game. Whereas Fallout 4 is far more linear, in my opinion.
Do you think the difference between New Vegas and 4 has anything to do with the different studios? That wasn't New Vegas made by Obsidian
Yeah.
instead of Bethesda?
Yeah,
And
New Vegas was made by Obsidian and released by Bethesda and Obsidian.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So is
that could be.
New Vegas is similar to what, say, like Outer Worlds compared to like Fallout 3 or 4? But
New Vegas is kind of like Fallout 3 and Outer Worlds.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
It's far more in depth character wise. Like, okay, I don't think you could play Fallout 4 passively. I think there are situations where you have to kill people, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like the game starts off like that with the very first town where you have to help them in the fucking museum.
Killing the raiders.
They don't
and things like
give
that.
you an option to be passive like right.
There are ways to play New Vegas passively, and
Okay.
I think Fallout 3 as well. It's just
Yeah.
there's more role playing aspects to
Oh
those
yeah, no,
games.
for sure. I get what you're saying for sure. Like Fallout, the little bit of time that I did put into Fallout 3, it was pretty passive. It was very dialogue heavy. You could actively avoid conflict if you chose the right dialogue.
Yeah, and it was all about building your character that way. Whereas I feel like Fallout 4 is more about building your character to be a damage sponge that's a good shot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I personally can't wait until we get the older Fallout games on there. Even 1 and 2. Like I've heard that 1 and 2 are phenomenal, but they're dated. They play more like a Diablo click style.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're still I think it's turn-based combat, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong about this. But I know that people in Fallout 1 and 2, I've never tried it with 3 in New Vegas, but if you make your character an idiot, like your intelligence is real low, your dialogue choices reflect that. And you will just have like nonsense to say to people. And there's one guy who's like, "Oh, you're an idiot," or something like that, and he's like, "Okay, let me speak slow for you," and just stuff like that. It's little things in the older games that made them feel more alive,
Yeah.
less more spontaneous. I don't know. But I'm not taking away from anything from Fallout 4. For what it is, it's a fun game.
Yeah.
You know, I had a lot of fun running around, killing muties and ghouls, reading all the terminals and finding out some fucked up shit, you know, going into these vaults. The whole idea of vault tech is fucked up, but it doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if it was something that was actually going on, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. I had a little bit of fun playing this. Like, I don't think I've ever really been to the Fallout. I mean, I probably put in 20, 25 hours at most at any given time on Fallout 3. And that's the only other Fallout title other than, and they're cool. They're cool. Like the whole post-apocalyptic thing. I get it. It's some of my favorite genre of fiction, but
Yeah.
I honestly had way more fun playing the Outer Worlds than this. And they're similar structure. Like, it's just one's in space and one is post-nuclear America. And I don't know, just I wasn't sucked in and I wasn't captivated by the Fallout series as a whole.
Both games, Fallout. I just want to say Fallout 4 and Outer Worlds, both bleak, but in different ways.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Outer Worlds to me is visually better, but I mean it's a newer game too. But I get that Fallout. They've always gone for they want it to be a fucking Fallout. Like it is just washed out, gray, destroyed buildings, depressing. Fucking the people that are left or the people that are still alive after all this happened. Like
yeah, it's like playing a version of the Cormac McCarthy book, The Road, where it's just super grim, super gritty, post-apocalyptic. Like you're gonna die at any moment if you're not going to kill one of us the first chance you get, sort of thing. And that's kind of how I get the gameplay of 4 is leading towards. Like I know we had already already mentioned it a little bit, like, they can't do the passive play. And it's like, I know you almost got to the end. Did you really have any moments in the gameplay where you could take like a passive approach to it, or did you just guns blazing and I'm gonna kill you before you kill me, sort of?
No, there were a lot of situations that I was able to talk my way out of.
Yeah.
But there were also a lot of situations that I was not able to talk my way.
Got you.
And there was no option to. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
there's an instance when you go save Nick Valentine. On your way out, Skinny Malone. He's a big fat guy, of course, but his name's Skinny Malone. Is waiting for you out there, and he's got some girl, and the girl is who Nick Valentine was coming to look for because her parents put out a missing report. She's been missing because she is all fucking skinny.
Yeah.
You're able to talk her, either like she's telling Skinny to just light you guys the fuck up, and you're able to talk to her, and if you have enough charisma stat, you can tell her to go home to her parents and fuck off, right?
Yeah.
And if you pass it, she's like, oh my god, what am I doing with my life? I'm going home. And she's got like this real thick Boston accent. What am I doing with my life, Skinny? It might even be a New York accent now that I'm thinking about it, like thick, like Lenny accent.
It's probably that Massachusetts, Boston, Rhode Island, New England style accent.
And
Where it's, if you don't know the difference between the regional dialect, you could confuse it for New York, but I can tell it. But then again, I'm also from up here.
I was gonna say, but you live up there, yeah. It's like down here, I can tell you which rednecks from Alabama and Louisiana and shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's like, even from New York, the part of New York I'm from doesn't even have that accent. We talk more like we're from fucking Chicago than New York.
And then there's me, and people tell me the only reason they can tell I'm Southern is because I say y'all.
Yeah.
Other than that, I never really picked up the Southern accent. But yeah, whatever. But anyway, so Skinny, basically she runs off, and Skinny, you have the choice to either just like kill that motherfucker right there, but he tells you guys, he's like, and actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think this is really a choice. It's a choice, but it's not your choice, if that makes sense. It's the game giving you a choice instead of you making the choice for yourself. Because Skinny's like, Nick, we go back a long time. I'm going to give you the count of 10. If you're not out of my sights, we're going to kill you.
Yeah.
And then it cuts away, and he starts counting 10, 9, 8, and you have the choice to run away or stand there. I just ran. I've killed Skinny Malone so many times that I was like, I'm just going to let this guy live.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I've played Fallout 4. I had it on PS4, and now I have it on PC. I've played it multiple times. I've seen the beginning so many times that I use alternate start mods now.
Yeah.
But it's just, it doesn't ever capture me enough to finish the game.
Yeah.
Like, I find the whole Institute thing fascinating, especially now with Elon Musk doing this whole Neuralink thing. Like, the Institute is not that far off of being an actual thing, like with synths and stuff.
We're fucking actually there. Who knows what else that fucker Elon is working on and just hasn't reached to the public. Who knows what fucking Google or Facebook or any of these other mega billionaire conglomerates are actually working on. It's like, people just assume Google and ABC, which is like the actual main conglomerate, that Google or something like that. A lot of people don't know they have hundreds, if not thousands, of military contracts dealing with like tech and development. Like, a lot of people don't know that, and it's like, why the fuck? Why are you? What are you working on? What are you not telling us about? What the fuck is going on? And then Elon Musk wants to put fucking computer chips into your brain. It's like, oh yeah, this is gonna help cure diseases. No, you mean this is gonna help you fucking control people? Like, if you don't pay your bill, we're gonna short your fucking chip and send you into a fucking seizure, or we're gonna fucking just like disable your fucking legs or some shit. Like, who knows what they'd be able to actually fucking do. Like,
I do think it would be cool to be able to download your conscience into a robot, though. That would be pretty sweet.
You wouldn't be able to do it that way.
No, but I mean, eventually, if the technology leads to that, it would be pretty cool. Because if I could have a fully metal body and like didn't have knee pain or back pain or wrist pain or stomach issues, that'd be fan-fucking-tastic.
I get that, but living forever that way probably would fucking suck. Like,
maybe. I like solitude.
Maybe eventually at some point you would just get so sick of just existing. Like, at that point.
Well, yeah, but you're a robot. You could terminate yourself if need be. God, we're getting dark, bro.
Yeah, a little bit, and maybe you could, maybe you couldn't. Your consciousness is put into that shell, right? but the three laws of robotics still apply. Like, can't like harm yourself unless the harming of yourself is to save someone else. Like,
Yeah. So
and once we get to that point with what Elon Musk is doing, it's very Fallout-esque. Like,
yeah,
very
watch.
Vault Tech for sure.
I was gonna say
Especially with him taking over the fucking town in Texas. Like, come on.
it'll be him and Google that set up the vaults for people.
Yeah. If you want to believe the conspiracy theories, they already have the like Vault City deep in the hills of the fucking Rockies, like underneath the Denver airport and shit.
Oh yeah,
And there's
I've
a
heard
couple
about that for
military,
years.
yeah, there's a couple military bases that are built into the mountains and shit too. Like,
Yeah, that's always been wild to me that they just roll up to a mountain and the side of the mountain opens, they drive in, and then it closes.
yeah,
Fuck,
yeah.
that's
I mean,
cool.
we're already there. There's already like bunkers and shit like that. It's just they're not publicly sold yet. You have to either have heavy political influence or a lot of fucking money.
How long after a nuclear fallout do you think the world would fall into chaos? Immediately?
It
Like,
depends on the scale of the fallout. Are you talking like a couple of nuclear strikes as part of a escalating combat scenario, or are you talking like every single country with nukes just decides to fucking like go off? Like they all just start nuking each other.
yeah, that way.
That it would be instant. It would be within minutes of the first fucking explosion.
If anybody was left, because at that point, there's a lot of countries that have
There would
nukes.
still be people left. I mean, you look at it like this game seems pretty, reading about this game and some of the older titles and stuff like that, it seems pretty accurate. Like the New England area would definitely be a target because
D-
of the high population in the major cities there, Boston, New York.
yeah, and then you
They're
got
they're all
Vegas.
within a couple hours of drive. The West Coast, Southern California, which is I think number one.
Yeah, yeah, because
Yeah,
the
and
NCR forms, which is the
yeah,
National California
and
Republic.
Vegas is right there too, but there's also a lot of military technology bases out in Nevada, testing ranges and shit like that, where they keep a stockpile of weapons, they keep a stockpile aircraft and shit like
Yeah, and then I
that.
know
Those would be targets. And then let's see,
Fallout
Fallout
3.
2.
Well, Fallout 3's in DC. I know that.
Yeah, DC would be another one
Yeah,
that would be definitely be targeted. I mean, it's the capital. Fallout 3, yeah, we just said that, right?
yeah. I think Fallout 1 and 2 both take place in the same area of California, but I could be wrong.
Let's see. Game. Let's see. It doesn't say the primitive town of Arroyo. That sounds like Southern California, Southwest area.
I think the first two Fallout games took place in California. Yeah.
But those are areas that would definitely actually get hit. Like maybe Chicago. It would be harder to target centrally located cities, Chicago, Denver, St. Louis, because they're so far away from the coast and they're so far inland. There's no way without like super technology long range missiles for those to actually get there without coming close, either shipboard or actual land.
I would love to see a Fallout game take place in Canada and everything is just fine because no one bombed Canada.
Huh.
And then you just like run into the Trailer Park Boys as NPCs or like some dudes from Letterkenny. Like that'd be just fantastic.
Yeah, Canada would probably end up the similar situation as us. Cities like Vancouver, cities like Toronto, potentially Montreal.
Definitely
The
Quebec, yeah.
Yeah, like some of those major cities would probably be targets as well. But you got to remember, Canada is the second largest like country landmass wise in the world, and they only have a population of maybe like 40 million people.
I
They
know,
all live within like 9 cities.
but they don't fuck with anybody.
Them and Russia constantly go at each other for North Pole. They constantly take each other's flag down and put it back up. They do the same over islands up there in the Arctic Sea, the Arctic Circle. They do shit, and I mean nobody fucks with Canada. Canada hasn't fucked with anybody. There's really no point. Like why risk war and escalation, especially when you have such a small population for such a large landmass.
Yeah, it's true. Not to mention, and I know this is stereotypical, but literally every Canadian person that I have talked to or met has been super fucking nice
Yeah.
and just been like, let's chat.
Yeah.
and it's always been real cool. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it would be a funny little
Fallout
haha.
a Fallout game north of the border would be interesting for sure. It'd probably a completely different element. Like instead of it being like an action RPG is in the other Fallout series, I would like to see a title like that played as like a survival RPG
Yeah.
where
Now,
you do have to travel across the vast distances across like the tundra and the taiga, thousands of miles in between different settlements where you have to hunt, scavenge, forage, fish to survive, that sort of thing.
yeah, like a nuclear tundra, like Fallout, like just
Yeah.
snow and shit.
Yeah.
That was one thing I liked about New Vegas is if you wanted, you could put on what they called hardcore mode, which is basically survival mode. You needed to drink and eat. You needed to your all your bullets had weight. Like
That sounds like it would be interesting to play. Probably hard as hell.
fucking hard, bro.
But fucking hard as hell. But I mean, it's more accurate playing that way
Yeah.
as like a simulator than just a fucking action RPG.
Skyrim has a an official. You can either buy it from the official people, or you can download the mod that the official thing was based off of. So basically, you can get it for free, or you can pay Bethesda to do the same thing. And it adds survival mode, where you start going up in the north over in Skyrim, where it's real snowy. If you don't have on warm clothes, you're gonna freeze to death.
Yeah.
You know, you got to carry a torch with you to help you keep warm.
Yep. That
That kind.
that's accurate. And I know we're going a little off topic with this, but what something similar is what I've seen for the new Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But like that survival aspect is going to play into the gameplay. Like you're not just going to automatically be able to regain health. You're going to have to forage for food and fish for food and shit to be able to regain health. And I think the climate can affect your stats too if you're not wearing the proper garments and
Now, I will say that I really like fishing games, and I felt like that's always something that these Bethesda games, be it the Elder Scrolls or Fallout, was kind of missing. Is like a little like fishing, you know what I mean, or make hunting more
more part
profitable.
of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a mod for Skyrim, of course. There's a mod for everything, but that makes hunting a lot better. It's called Hunterborn, and you can like skin the animal, and it makes
Gotcha.
pelts more worth it. You can make more leather things. It just makes it more worth doing.
You
Like,
can do all of that stuff, like the hunting and the fishing and shit like that. You can do that in like Red Dead, right?
yeah, I have been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again, and fucking is that a pretty game?
Yeah,
Like,
that's probably going to be one of the games that I'm going to have to just watch you play.
yeah,
Like,
I
I
don't.
don't know if my laptop's going to be able to handle it unless I can find it on sale for like the PS4 or I don't. Is it on the Switch? Is it available on the Switch? No.
No, you'd have to get it on PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think the Switch could handle it. And I only say that, I mean, I know they fit The Witcher 3 on the Switch, but The Witcher 3 is a few years older than Red Dead.
Yeah, that's fair. But I might have to check it out, see if I can find it on sale or borrow or buy a copy from somebody I know
Yeah,
for the PS4 if that ever comes up. Because I mean, that's a game that I would definitely like to play. I didn't play the first Red Dead Redemption, but I did play the Undead Nightmare, and I loved that game.
well, Red Dead Redemption 2 is actually a prequel to the first game, so
Well, that's fucking cool. I didn't know that.
yeah. So hopefully by the time that comes up on the list, it'll be cheaper,
Yeah.
so you'll be able to pick it up. Maybe by then there will be like an HD re-release of Red Dead 1, and we'll be
Undead
able
Nightmare.
to
Give
jump
me
into that
an
too.
HD re-release of Undead Nightmare because that was so fun. Did you play Undead Nightmare?
No, I have both of them for PS3 around here somewhere. I haven't loaded
fun.
them up and played them.
You actually get to catch like the four horses of the apocalypse. It's fucking fantastic. There's like werewolves and vampires and zombies, and it's just like you're playing the game, but it's all supernatural based at this point now. Like instead of like coming across bears and shit, you're coming across Bigfoot and werewolves and shapeshifters and shit like that. It was wild. It was fun.
That's rad.
Yeah.
Well,
I think Fallout can use a title like that too. Instead of like radiated zombies and shit like that, change it up a little bit. Instead of going like nuclear blast, have it be like some viral pandemic almost.
I think
Vault Tech released like you start off in a vault that Vault Tech was experimenting with some shit, and they created like monsters, literal monsters that have now infected the earth.
I think because they're owned by like the same parent company, I think, or not parent company, but they're like Bethesda and ID Software work together closely a lot. A Fallout where Vault-Tec accidentally opens up the portal to hell and it's got like a Doom crossover
Oh.
would be sweet. Like,
Oh, that would be brutal.
yeah, just fucking demons and Satan and all kinds just
Yeah,
wreaking havoc, and you're having to deal with it in the Fallout world. That would be wild.
yeah, that would be wild for sure.
I don't really have anything else to say about Fallout 4. It was really fun. I got real sick of it crashing on me. That's probably my own doing, but
Yeah,
it is what it is. But like I said, I want to leave it on the list. That way, if it pops up again, we can dive DLC
yeah, we can do the DLC stuff for sure.
and all of that. So, is there? I know this is another short episode, man. These people are getting, instead of us ranting for an hour and a half, they get a condensed version. But that's, I mean, I
Yeah.
really don't have much to say. Like, go play Fallout 4 for yourself, if you want. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can find in it. Just don't go in and expect the experience that you had maybe with Fallout 3 or New Vegas.
Yeah, I get that.
Is there anything else that you would like to bring up, my good sir?
No, not necessarily. Not really about 4. Not really about the Fallout series. Because again, I didn't get too far into it. You know, fucking going back to work kind of sucks. Wish I could do this full time. People hit that
Right?
5-star, hit that 5-star rake.
Yes,
And
please give us a
yeah.
5-star review on iTunes, and that'll help us climb up the thing. And maybe one day we'll figure out what we want to do for a Patreon or something, and we'll get
Yeah.
that going. And maybe we could do this full time eventually one day, and
Yeah.
make all you listeners happy more often than we do now. You know, those happy endings. We love giving out happy endings.
Yeah.
All right, man. Now I have sent Steamy up to you. You are now in charge of him.
Yeah.
He's-
We'll
I
have
believe
to.
I believe his voice is still kind of fucking up, but I want you to. I will do my best to fix it
Yeah.
from here. I still have access to his
Right.
innards.
But
Ooh, I get all up in his guts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
but
Anyway,
let's see what number he's given us today, because he's around here somewhere. He's around here somewhere. Steamy, there you are, buddy. What number do we have for Dalton coming up now? You're having some Wi-Fi issues, huh? Did I not give you the right password yet? Oh no, I did. You're just running a little slow. Number is 323. And sir, I think you're gonna be super stoked about this game. This game
hit me with it.
is Persona 4 Golden.
Yes, it is about fucking time, and I didn't even have to cheat.
Yeah, I know you've been
Yes.
waiting for it since it got ported to Steam.
Dude, I am so stoked. I could, because I bought the fucking game and I was like, well, I really want to play this, but we had just started the show, so I was like, well, I'll play it eventually when it comes up on the show. And now it did. I didn't have to wait 6 years. Fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I am ecstatic. This would be your first experience with Persona, even though, well, not really. I bought you 5, and I know you haven't gotten much chance to play it, which that's a fucking long-ass game, I understand. But having played 5, and I've seen people that say that 4 is better than 5, and I also see people that say 5 is the greatest Persona game there is. You know, there's all those things. So I am really excited to jump into this. And I'm also, with that being said, because of the success of Persona 4, Sega has been talking about releasing more older Sega titles onto Steam, and I'm like, give me all of the Persona games.
Just fucking start porting over the entire Sega catalog team.
For real, I mean, they already have the Sonic games.
If they're not going to do a new console or anything like that, or open up any like arcade, like full-size Sega arcades or anything like that anymore, fucking port them all over to Steam. Like,
Yeah.
it would be smart.
I need to look. I hope this new the re-release of Shin Megami 3 Nocturne is coming out on Steam as well, but I doubt it will. Shin Megami Tensei has always been a Nintendo thing, so I think it may just be for that. But well, no, I take that back, because some of the spin-off games like Nocturne, it was on PS2 at one point, but I know at a certain point they just started coming out for 3DS and stuff only.
Yeah.
But give me all the Persona games, dude. Give me Persona 1, give me the 2 PSP games, give me Persona 3 FES. I want them all. Well, fuck yeah. I am super fucking stoked about that. And with that, if you want to find us, you can find us on Facebook.com/The Steam Machine Podcast, or you can find us on Twitter @Steam_podcast. From there, you can probably find us. You'll see us floating around on those pages as well. And we will have that Discord link up on both of those soon, so check back for that. And like we said earlier, it would mean a good amount to Ryan and I if you would go onto iTunes, leave us a 5-star review, and help us out. And that we know iTunes sucks. I hate using iTunes and Apple in general, but you got to do what you got to do. It is the biggest platform.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if that's all, man, then I am immediately going to go play some Persona.
Yeah.
Because
I
it's
figured as much.
already installed, ready to go, baby.
I figured as much.
All right, well then, for this week's episode, he's Ryan, I'm Dalton, and as always, guys, take it easy.